Good morning, y'all. I told y'all I was going to record a video of the stuff that I'm growing. Excuse the road noise of the loud cars around here. I think it's a lot of car club people around here with loud mufflers. But anyway, I already came out here and started watering some of my plants, and I was like, well, this is the perfect time for me to start doing a recording since I'm already off today. So let me turn the camera around so y'all can see there's not a lot of space that I have. So this is my porch. Excuse the clutter. That's some of my little gardening stuff, my trash bag. Excuse that. That's some of my stuff, and then I will walk y'all through everything and what it is in my little room. Okay, so let's come down here. Might as well start down here on the steps. So this is it when you're looking at it from down the bottom of the steps. Alright, we're going to start with these two bags right here that we have. Both of these are potatoes growing in these bags. And this one is like really taking off. So as you can see, it's growing really wild and out of control. I need to put some more dirt in here. So with potatoes, you're supposed to hill them up, is what they call it. Which means when they start getting tall like this, you throw more dirt in there. And the reason why you're doing that, let me try and zoom in some. The reason why you're doing that is because those little furry things y'all see, the roots grow out of there when you cover them up with dirt. And then that's what the tubers grow on, which are the potatoes. So in these bags, I have red potatoes and yellow Yukon Gold potatoes. I don't even know which one is which because I didn't bother to label them because they're mine, so I don't really care. I could just open them up and see what I got. And then this is the other bag. This one is growing kind of slow. I guess the potato seedlings that I grew in this bag weren't like prolific like the other ones, but they're still healthy, really strong leaves. So that's what we got there. And then this is my grapevine. This is a Joy Grape vine that I got from Stark Brothers last year, and I'm surprised it survived because I actually neglected it really bad last year. Y'all see some of the remnants of the poor plants that did not survive last year of me working 50 million hours feeling like doing vaccination clinics and COVID testing. This is one of my blueberry bushes. This is a blueberry. I also got this from Stark Brothers last year, and it survived and came back this year, thank goodness, and have new growth on it. Because I didn't think this was going to come back, but it did. And got a lot of new growth on it. Doing well. And then let me move this one out the way so y'all don't get confused. So all of this is just the blueberry bush. And not new leaves on there. And then this is my lemon tree. I actually just got this one from Home Depot. They said it's the new improved Meyer lemon. We'll see. It says that it could withstand frost a lot better than the Meyer lemon. So we'll see. It has been out here for some of the cold days that we have out here, and it got in a pretty little pot. It was only $30. And when I got it, it already had a whole lot of blooms on there. Some of them fell off from the frost and the windy days that we had here in Maryland. But let me zoom in so y'all can see, because some of them already have lemons on it. So those are the lemons. So let me move out the sun a little bit so y'all can see. Those are the lemons. I got some here too. So those are the ones that survived the windy days that was going on, and that's it for the lemon right now. Then this right here is, let me zoom back out for y'all. So this here is my fig tree, and I got this from Home Depot also, Chicago fig. So this is it. When I first got it, all of these top blooms here that you see now, that's about the size of my hand almost. Well, this one is like bigger than my hand. All of them, these top ones, were the size of this when I first bought this. And this was probably about a week ago. And this is what the leaves look like now. That's what these top three had looked like at first. And then, do y'all see this little thing here? That is actually a fig growing on it. So that's kind of awesome. So I already have a fig growing on it. And here's some other new buds that are growing. And then none of this down here was here. None of this here was here at first. And then that didn't even have anything on it. So that's kind of awesome. And then this right here. So this was my experiment. I don't know if y'all can see it. There you go. Let me move out the sun. So this was kind of my experiment. And this is a mango. That's a mango. And it's really kind of strong too. And I actually grew that from the seed. So we'll see how it survives. I have 2 more other seeds that are sprouted on the same time that this one did, but this one grew faster. So I planted it right away. The other 2 are still in the house. I have to come and get them and plant them. And then this here is an elderberry bush that I got last year from Stark Brothers. Again, and I'm surprised that it came back and did all of this, because all of this is new growth. The only thing that was still on here from last year was this brown stalk that you see. This whole thick new green one is all new from this year. And like I said, I neglected my plants from last year. Sad to say, I didn't have time to water them like I needed to. But all of these sprouts are new sprouts on this branch that survived from last year. And then look at all this new growth up top of here. You can see where, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see where this leaf. I don't know if you can see where the brown part of the elderberry bush stops and then the green part starts for all the new growth. So all of this up here is new growth from my elderberry bush. But I need to get a different variety of elderberry for it to cross-pollinate and actually produce the elderberries for me this year. This is another one that I had that was supposed to cross-pollinate with it from last year, and then did not come back unfortunately, this year, even through vigorous watering like I did with this one and my blueberry bush that was down here from last year. Those came back. I have a grapevine that came back as well. The Joy grapevine that I showed y'all from last year, right here, that had came back. So those had did very well. Then this one I'm trying to get it to come back this year. We'll see. It's the Chippewa blueberry. So we'll see if it comes back. If not, I still have another blueberry bush that should be able to pollinate the other one. And then we have a blackberry bush that I don't know if it's going to come back or not. Y'all, I'm trying. This is a Stark Brothers also. Is Primocane Blackberry. I'm sorry, Blackberry. I think I said blueberry at first. This is a blackberry bush. And then this I have potted in these little tubs from Walmart. These are right here. This is my peach tree. This is a Georgia peach tree. And it doesn't have any blooms or any leaves or anything on it at all yet. But I know that the plant isn't dead. It just has not come out of its dormant state yet. But I still continue to water it all the time and still fertilize it. But let me zoom in for you. This is the branch. So you see that green parts on the trunk, like here, here. So I know that the tree is alive still. Here's some up here. So I know that the tree is still alive. It just haven't come out of the dormancy state yet. Just waiting for that to happen so it can start producing leaves and the blooms so that they can start getting pollinated by these wonderful bees around here that I'm excited about. I recorded them too, and you'll see a video about that too. They will pollinate my blueberry bush right after I had bought it, which was crazy. I just put it on the ledge so I could go in the house and get another pot to pot it in, and I came back outside and the bee was right there. I was like, wow, he must have been waiting for something. So, and then here's my plum tree. So that's a blue damson plum. It's really pretty. I haven't ever tasted any of these, but I heard that they were really, really sweet. And I read some reviews online that people who have gotten it, and they said the same thing, that they were really, really delicious. So I can't wait to try some. And then when I first got this also looked just like the peach tree, bare, no blooms, no nothing on it. And then all of these came. So I'm going to show you what the frost damage I did. We had late frost here. And those leaves I got all crunchy. Those two. And even up here. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And so people were like, well, you should just, prune that away and, chop that top part off because it's already been frost damaged. And I said no, because it's a tree and it's, it's used to trying to survive. And I'm glad I did not, because here's part of the top of the tree. So you see it's still green and it's still alive up there. And it's still trying to produce new life. So I'm glad I didn't chop it off and do any of that because of these broken up leaves. All these crunchy parts. I'm glad I didn't. Trees are used to going through that, and this is supposed to be like a second year tree. So it should have been already harden off to the frost already, so to say. And that's when the tree trunk kind of turns brown from the greenish portion. The greenish portion is like new growth. That's like a baby sprout, quote, so to say. And then, so here's some of my new growth that's coming back on this top part of this branch. That everybody was like, you should just chop that part off because it got damaged. And here goes some more. And look, all that coming back. All that green coming back. Look at this, a new little bug coming here. It's so pretty. Please excuse all the cars driving by. One of my cross streets is a busy street that people speed up sometimes, a lot of times. And then here's another branch. Alright, and that's it for the plum tree. This branch right here for the plum didn't start coming back yet, but I'm still not going to prune it off. I'll let it do what it's going to do. And then all of these in the red cups are avocado trees. This is a very, very healthy one. You can see like the color on the leaves. And that's the root system of it. A lot of them got really, really crazy roots. And then some of them sprouted out like a lot of roots, but then hardly no tree part. So we'll see how that goes. I like this one. And all these had sprouted at the same time, like, but you can see on the inside of here. Let me turn the flash on. So you can kind of see inside there. Let me see if I can get a little closer for y'all. So it's trying to sprout. Excuse my unsteady hands, y'all. Trying to hold this phone. But it's trying to sprout. So I guess it's just still struggling to put off a branch system. But the root system looks good for it. A nice tap root. But we'll see. And then this is one that's really like tall and leggy, and it has like the potential for leaves all the way up it, but none sprouted out yet. I don't know what's going on with that part. See them? Please excuse my dry hands. I gotta wash my hands a lot. Oh, look at that bug. I didn't even see that bug. I won't focus again. Let's see. That bug better not start moving on my hand though. Ooh, it's moving. I'm about to move my hand, y'all. I don't like bugs. but it's not moving fast, so I think I got something. Okay. I don't know why I'm whispering about the bug, like it's gonna get me, but I'm gonna just leave him alone. Alright, and then, so all of these are avocados. I also was trying a little project here with a pineapple, and it took root, so I'm just waiting for the roots to get a little bit stronger before I plant it in some dirt and see what happens. Sorry, that's one of those car club people that I was talking about. Okay, and then, so this is some of my miscellaneous pots that I decided to spray paint to make colorful from like the nursery pots, because I reuse those. I reuse those for smaller plants and stuff that might not need a bigger pot. As you can see, some of those are spray painted already. Some of these. So then this over here, this is my Concord grape vine. A friend of mine had bought me this from Costco. She know how I am, and she texted me and sent me a picture. And as soon as she sent me a picture, I texted back, "Where you at? Get me one. What else they got?" And she was at the Costco. Well, when she first got this was like about down here, and this maybe a week and a half ago. This was like down here. So all of that grew in a week and a half. So this is all that was in the box, and the root system was really, really good. Surprisingly, because it was like a bag, like the bare root system, how they normally have it in a bag with the stuff to keep the roots moist. And look at all these flowers. I don't know if y'all can see that color on there, but it's like a pretty purplish color. Okay. Alright. And over here, so this is the Chandler blueberry. This is another one from last year. The root system looked really good. When I had re-soaked the roots, it looked like it was trying to come back. So I planted it in dirt after the branches and started blah blah blah. Sorry y'all. When the branches started looking pliable again, like they were coming back to life. But then, as you can see here, it's kinda dark and black, like that part of it died off, as you can see. And so if it died off down here, right here, this part is going to die too, because it's not going to be able to get any nutrients to it. Same thing happened with this one. So I guess maybe I should have left it in the water a little bit longer for it to try and replenish itself. But we'll see. It don't feel like it's real brittle. So, and then like parts of it still really, really pliable. So, we'll see. And that was the Chandler blueberry from Stark Brothers. This one right here, I'm surprised at this one. So some of these leaves look really, really nice and green, like fresh, pretty green. And then some of them look like brassy, sunburnt green. That's because those are the leaves from last year that still hung on after all of the neglect. Mind you, this is another Primocane Blackberry bush. And so I'm probably going to get another blackberry bush. These are thorned ones, as you can see. So you have to be careful with these. And the leaves are like they got like a fuzzy feel to them. It's like a fuzzy, furry feel to them. And then this was coming back. I'm so glad about this one. It got a lot of new growth up underneath of there. So I just been watering it. And then it still got like some of the leaves from last year that's still dying off, that's not making it. I just pull them out when I do see them. Like over here, some of them you hear that's crunchy. Pull that off. So it's not like any part of the leaf that's still alive is not wasting energy from the plant to trying and do anything with that part. And I got plenty of new leaves on here, so what I probably do is come back here and a little bit off camera and prune all the crunchy stuff off, because there's plenty of nice, healthy, vibrant ones on here. And that's that. And then over here we have our cherry tree. So got this from Home Depot again. This was from this year as well. Now it says a 3-in-1 cherry. It's really not a 3-in-1 cherry. It's a 5-in-1 cherry. I don't know if it would have been a different price for a 3-in-1 versus a 5-in-1. That was the only one I saw. I didn't see any 3-in-1s. So let me show you around this tree. As far as what we have, we got the Rainier cherry on here, Black Tartarian cherry. This one is the Stella cherry. This grafted branch, let me come around this way, is the Lambert cherry. And then this one is the Bing cherry. Okay, so this tree also was a bare root tree. Let me zoom out a little bit. So this tree also, I'm sorry, this was not a bare root. I got this from Home Depot, so it was already in the, sorry for my hand being all on the way. Somebody was trying to text me. So this was already in a pot. The pot, I don't think I still had a pot out here. Actually, I do. So I need to throw this away too. So this is the size pot that it was in versus what I potted it in now. And the root system was really, really good on here. So it started producing a lot of leaves before I even repotted it or anything. I didn't even have it outside. Sorry with all these people blasting their music riding by. I didn't even replant it or anything. I just put it in the house and set it in the hallway. The hallway didn't have any sunlight to it or anything. The tree just stopped looking from like this, like sticks, with producing leaves on it in the house. I was like, wow. So all of these up here were sprouting so many like new leaves. All these are sprouting new leaves in the hallway, in a dark hallway with no water. Mind you, I did not water it. So when it started producing all these leaves in the dark hallway, Mind you, I didn't water it. Like I said, I did not water it while it was in the hallway, so it did not have any sunlight or water. But I didn't water it because it was still in that pot, and I didn't have anything under it to catch the water from running on my hardwood floor, so I did not. And it was too cold to bring it out here to put it on the porch. So when I finally did bring these out here, it was, I want to say, the beginning of April, and we supposed to had our last frost already April the 6th, and it got cold again after that, all the way in the 30s, and all these died. All of these are died. All of these are leaves that died off. Now the thing is, I refuse to chop these off too. I'm going to do something, try a method that I saw on Lead Farmer 73, which is called notching, to make the branch produce more offshoots and leaves to make it survive, because it's going to think that it's dying. And the reason why I want to do that is because some of these branches only have like one branch, or maybe like not that many. Like this, the Lambert cherry, this is the only branch for me on this tree because it's grafted that will produce Lambert cherries. So I want to try and save this branch as much as I can. That's why I don't want to chop these off now. But like the other branches, like the Stella cherry, this is the Stella cherry, and this is the branch for that. This branch is kind of meaty and hefty, so I got way more opportunity to produce, you know, more leaves and more cherries for me than the ones that died off. Then like this little one, this one is the Black Tartarian. So would y'all see how healthy this looks? And so I guess that's because the Black Tartarian is more cold hardy than the other varieties. This one is the Raina cherry. The same thing with this one. So that's the part that got hit by the frost at the beginning of April. Alright, and that's that. And then this is the main stalk. So yep, that's that one. And then last but not least, this is my blueberry bush that I was speaking about earlier, that the bee was pollinating right after I bought it from the Home Depot. And I had bought it out here and set it on the porch. Now, so if you remember in that video, there was a whole lot more of these white flowers on there. It's not zooming, it's not getting clear. So these white flowers, there was a whole lot more of them on here, and they fell off. This is what happens to them after they're pollinated and the flower dies. Let me back up a little bit. So you see that brown, that's what happens to it, and then it dies off and it falls off. And when it falls off, it leaves these little nubs. Let me find a good one to show you. So here's one that's about to fall off. That's what it looks like when it's about to fall off. And then what will be left is, let me find a nice juicy one to show you. So these here, like you see this, these are the blueberries. That is what it will turn into. And that's why you want the bees to come and pollinate, so that they can turn into blueberries and produce fruit for you. So what will happen is, this is probably the third blueberry bush I've had. The first one I had produced a lot of blueberries, and when I went to go pick them off, they were all gone. The birds ate them. And so what I got this year is a netting to put over top of my blueberry bush. So once I see all of these white pretty flowers fall off, then I'll put the netting on, because it'll be nothing else for the bees to pollinate, and nothing else needs to get to it. I just need to keep everything else from it so I can harvest my own blueberries. Same thing with everything else. And that's what I have so far. The grapevines, I'm gonna do another video on those. This one is in a pot that I want it to be in already. That smaller one down here, I'm gonna repot that, so I'll do a video about that. And showing y'all me hooking it up to something for it to vine up. All right, that's it, y'all. And that's my short tour.